Welcome to HoodChampionBoxing Sports and Boxing. You find a way to win or you find a way to lose. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think Canelo, we should be singing to him, farewell, farewell. Because the reality is this. A guy like Canelo put the work in. You got to give him credit for what he's accomplished. Now, he's putting duck sauce on the fried rice, duck sauce on the carne asada. He wants nothing to do with David Benavidez. Can't blame him. He slowed down just enough for opponents like Ryder to land shots on him, for Munguia to put the beans on him. So what we learned with Canelo is, from the Bivol fight, if you can throw combinations and keep up that work rate, you can beat Canelo. Ryder just he didn't have what it took, but surprisingly he was landing some shots on Canelo because Canelo just didn't respect his punch, and Canelo stepped to him. But you saw with Jaime Munguia, Canelo, he respected that punch. And when Munguia was letting his hands go in flurries and combinations, he had Canelo having to dig deeper than what we've seen Canelo dig. But the bottom line is Canelo did the business, right? But although I like to say that Canelo, he's putting duck sauce on the fried rice. But one thing I have to say that is this is true, right? Doesn't matter if you like Canelo or you don't like him. The reality is Canelo's a bad boy, and his resume is solid. Just Michael Benson posted this, and I was like, you know what? This is spot on. Now, I didn't do a sanity check on it, but whatever. I think it's enough for us to at least have a conversation. Now, when you look at his accomplishments at age 33, just give you a chance to kind of digest those championships. WBA, super welter, middle, super middle, all the way down, light heavy. It's a lot of titles. One thing about those titles, right? You know, not everybody gets those opportunities. So some people like to say the secret society has a lot to do with Canelo being presented opportunities to do the business. And I don't disagree with that. But anybody saying Canelo didn't earn his victories, I mean, I'd have to say hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Now, when you look at when he fought Mayweather, he took a loss, but he got in the ring with Mayweather, and it was kind of like Munguia Canelo. Experienced older lion against the young, inexperienced lion. You know, I always say it, only a ninja can kill a ninja. And a lot of times the old, wise ninja with the experience can clip the younger ninja. Then he fought Golovkin. You know, I have a way, I feel like the first two fights, Golovkin won those. The third fight, Golovkin was much older and stuff. He was just fighting for the payday. But the bottom line is, you know, Canelo got in there and scrapped with Golovkin 3 times. He fought Kovalev. Doesn't matter if we're still trying to figure out how the hell Kovalev went down, but obviously Canelo can crack, right? So you gotta. I guess you could have a conversation about something didn't seem right, but also when you see Canelo's consistently put the beans on people, you just had to say maybe Kovalev didn't have the chin that he once had. He fought Bivol, another monster, and we saw in that fight that Bivol was just, you know, some people say too big. I don't know about that. What I'll say is too skilled, and he's just a better fighter. Simple. Even though Canelo doesn't want to believe that. You see, he's not in a rush to get back in the ring with him. Fought Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs was a big name. I don't understand how come people don't give Canelo credit for beating Daniel Jacobs. But what I will say, Daniel Jacobs didn't look his best because he was in between trainers. And the bottom line is Daniel Jacobs lost his right to complain because he just didn't let his hands go enough. But then again, it's because Canelo hits hard. And Shane Mosley, yeah, he bet $1 million on himself. He had to pay $400,000 just for the fight. So Shane Mosley lost. He was past his prime, but a big name. Jermell Charlo, a lot of us were expecting Charlo, seeing that the work he did at 154 to at least get up to 168 and try. And he didn't. The only thing he was doing was running around the ring and just trying not to get knocked out, which I think was an embarrassing performance. But again, big name for Canelo. Smaller guy, but still big name. Austin Trout out there putting the beans on Miguel Cotto. Got in there with Canelo, having some success, but ultimately stayed in front of him too long and paid the ultimate price and got dropped. Caleb Plant. This is the problem with Caleb Plant. All he has is a left hand. He's naturally left-handed. So he fights orthodox, who has a strong jab, strong hook. He has no right hand. So when you see Caleb Plant getting there with David Benavidez and Canelo, and when the left hand isn't really effective, he's up shit creek. But it's not Canelo's fault. Miguel Cotto, Puerto Rico, Mexico, I think Miguel Cotto thought he could get in there and maybe have some success, but he just was past his prime, but it was still, it's not Miguel Cotto's fault. Erislandy Lara, prime, both of them were in their prime. Lara was trying to, for the most part, just box and move, and he lost his right to complain because you've got to let your hands go. You can't just be trying to, pop shot and shit like that. You got to fight. Billy Joe Saunders, he got what he had. He got what he had coming to him. I really don't really like his personality, man. I'm glad Canelo put the beans on Saunders, broke his face. Can't be disrespecting everybody. Your children are disrespecting people. That's just not healthy. Kim Smith, good fighter. But again, those Smith brothers can fight. But for some reason, something about Canelo went the distance. Fought Liam Smith, very similar. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan was beating Canelo, hands down. But then he just stayed there too long, and Canelo tranquilized him. John Ryder, he is just out of his league. Jaime Munguia did very, very good last night. Very good. I heard some people saying Jaime Munguia was a bum. Man, Jaime Munguia is not a bum. We can have jokes and all that, man, but some people really believe. Some people believe Canelo's a bum. None of these guys are bums. But you just get in there, and like I say, the best fighter doesn't win. It's the boxer who fights the best. And last night you saw the momentum kind of going back and forth, and you sit back and just observe the ebb and flows in the fight. But Jaime Munguia is no bum, and I would say that's a solid win on Canelo's resume because I picked Canelo to win. First I said the distance, then I said 8th round knockout. But I always said he would win, but Munguia would have some success. And I'm going to tell you what happened with Munguia. Munguia took it to the stupid, and he decided to stand in front of Canelo. And he was leaning forward. Bad habits are hard to break, man. And Canelo just let his hands go, and he caught him. Chavez Jr., I don't know if I want to give Canelo credit for that win because Chavez Jr., he was a dead man walking into that fight. Just severely dehydrated. It was horrible what they did to Chavez Jr. But anyway, it is what it is. But when you just look at these names, man, these names matter. You know what I mean? These are some pretty big damn names. Only thing for Canelo can do now, because at 168, there's really, what's left for him to fight? You know what I'm saying? There's no more superstars for him to fight. Morrell and Benavidez up at 175, but they're not superstars, Canelo would have to really, no kidding, he meant to go try to fight a Jaya Pattaya, go try to fight maybe Deontay Wilder or somebody, because Wilder, what's he coming in the ring at, like 208 or some shit? Like, and I'm not even saying that to be funny. I mean, like, really, what I'm trying to emphasize is there's really no superstars out there for Canelo to fight. David Benavidez is a big name, but he ain't superstar. I'm talking like superstars. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we just got to wait and see what he does next. We're talking about Berlanga. Seems like that's going to be the fight. There's a reason why the WBA just, out of nowhere bubbled Berlanga up to the #1 mandatory spot. Makes you wonder how that shit works. Secret society in full effect. It's called optics, people. Sit back, observe, be aware. Out of everybody at 168, Berlanga's next. Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, DAZN, Secret Society, Canelo, Puerto Rico, Mexico, money. Got a name, not a superstar. Go ahead and cash Berlanga out. That's what he wants anyway. But I do think Canelo slowed just enough for the fight to be interesting. But I think Canelo puts the bing bings on him. I kind of think Berlanga may have a chance though. But I gotta go watch some more fights of Berlanga. If he just going right hand crazy, that shit ain't gonna work. But you just never know. Berlanga is much bigger than Canelo, much bigger, and again, remember, the best fighter doesn't win. The fighter who boxes the best, or the stars line up. And I mean, you can see with Berlanga where stars line up for him and he catches Canelo. So, that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. I just thought it'd be interesting, that people to see this information so you kind of get it in a one-stop shop. So you don't have to just go all over the place to try to figure out some of the big names Canelo fought and his accomplishments. The accolades speak for themselves. The names of fighters that he clipped speaks for themselves. Now I'm about to go on upstairs, go to bed. Big day tomorrow. Y'all keep cool. He may be ducking Benavidez, but his resume is solid. And I'm still going to hold my position. When it comes to Canelo, I think he needs to be careful. Really trying to bang with some of these killers. Canelo's a bad boy, but I think it's time for him to say farewell, farewell. If not, boxing got to retire him. How the young boy say? Oh, we had a troll come in the chat the other night. Facts, facts. So yeah, facts, facts. Whatever the hell that means. Yo, I'm in the breeze.